flushed.
Welcome to Looping About. And we're your hosts. I'm Alicia, also known as AK47.
And I'm Liz, also known as Lizzie215.
And we have an Instagram now.
We do?
Yeah. I'll have to give her the information on that. So we've actually had an Instagram for a long time. And by long, I mean almost a year. But I didn't know how to use it.
So we're posting on it? We're supposed to post on it now?
We're posting on it.
Okay, sounds good.
We're trying to keep it down to 2 a day.
Oh, that's easy for me.
It's gonna be hard, I think, for the both of us, actually. Because I don't really take lots of pictures. But I got a new phone.
You did, finally.
Yeah, and the old phone couldn't do Instagram, and I think that's what was keeping me from doing it before. But now I've upgraded.
I need to get a SIM card for my phone for space, because I keep on getting the warning signals that you are out of storage. And I delete everything all the time.
I'm not keeping anything.
I'm not keeping on there. I'm not an app person. It's not like I have 5 million games or anything. I just need to
cleanse.
It's cleanse. I think it's just because, you know how stuff gets filled up, and so I think I just need to
quickly.
I need to bite the dust and buy a micro SD card and slide it in and call it good.
It's that easy.
It is that easy.
So we're welcoming ourselves to technology.
We're a little,
and you've heard it here.
We're a little slow. It usually takes us a while. We're not the people in line to get the new whatever new gadget.
I'm not a maven in any regard to that word. My last phone lasted me 6 years. I am that person. It's not broken.
Don't fix it.
But it doesn't have all its function. But it works. I get phone calls sometimes. And texts eventually. So I finally upgraded that.
Yeah.
So I went looping about.
She did.
I went for a long trip. I went to Minnesota for a retreat where I didn't get much knitting done. So you're going to be like, I haven't seen you guys in 3 weeks. And all you have done is a sock. Yes. That's all I've got done. But it was a great road trip. Found out that Western Montana, I've been there a couple times. Beautiful. And it is the beautiful spot in Montana once you get about a quarter of the way in Montana. It's not a fun trip.
No.
On the eastern side.
It's all very flat.
Yeah. Our friend calls it Western Dakota. And that's true, because there's only 2 stops in North Dakota worth stopping for. We stopped at both places, but it was different days that you're driving in North Dakota. But I think our best stop, besides the national parks, this is like it's a national forest. We went to Houston, Montana. It's in the western side, and it's a historic ranger station.
Okay,
but
so historic monument, something like that.
And it's Cape Cod architecture, all white buildings, huge pastures for mules, because this ranger station was the precursor for smoke jumpers. So before there were smoke jumpers, there were mule teams.
Nice.
It was historically awesome. There was no ranger station there. There was no ranger there at the station, but there was a nice person manning just the gift shop, and she was super talkative. They had a really awesome cat, which Sean made friends with immediately. And yeah, it's a self-guided little tour around the facilities, and it was really cool, really worth the stop. And while we were there, we picked up this 101 things to do with a Dutch oven. You may ask, do I have a Dutch oven? No. But there's 101 reasons to get one. So I'm very excited about that.
You are so funny.
So this was 9 Mile Remount Depot and Historic Ranger Station. And if you get a chance to check it out, you should go. Early spring, there has a list of educational classes you can take. And Sean's already ready to sign up for being an axeman. So next year, early spring, we're going to be driving to Montana again.
Drove the van. Yeah, how long did it take you to get to Minnesota? Well,
3 days of straight driving.
Okay.
The only stops we did
on the way there
was Montana. Had a few stops because it was gorgeous. And we stopped to just put our feet in a river. Yeah. Ice cold river. Sean loved it. He could stand it forever. Like our dog can. And I'm like, that's good. Thank you. Refreshing. Let's go. So we stopped a couple times in Montana, and then we stopped in North Dakota for the Badlands. The Badlands in North Dakota were less exciting than the ones in South Dakota, but the hikes there were better. There was about 12 or 13 that you could do within the park. The southern part of the park has a loop, and that's the Teddy Roosevelt National Park. It's named after him. There's a loop at the bottom, and then there's another road way north that you can take to do the northern bit of the Badlands in North Dakota. So the southern loop is about 27 miles, if I'm remembering correctly, and then there's 12 stops on that loop that you can do little trails. And this is more prairie than the Badlands in South Dakota. So you get to learn about, what kind of animals are doing what in the area that you're at. We saw live bison. They're so beautiful. They're like cows.
Yeah,
They've got the same little cow face. They're huge.
They're like the size of a car.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah, but I can remember being in like Yellowstone and we're like driving on the road. You're like, oh, bison, and then you're like, oh wait, there's one right next to the road. Wow, that thing's the size of my car. It
gets bigger as you get closer.
Yeah.
We found rocks got smaller as we got closer on this trip, but bison got bigger. And they're so calm that I know that you need to beware of bison because there seems to be one geezer in the group that likes to charge people. So please don't get out of your car. Let them do what they're doing.
Yeah.
But we parked near sunset on the road because there was a herd near the road, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna chill, right? And they surrounded the van, like, crossed the road. We were there for 40 minutes, and it was amazing. Like, just their presence is amazing. So we stopped in that, and then we got to Fargo, which is awesome. They have the wood chipper from Fargo in their welcome center. We stopped, and we got pictures. And they even have a foot in it, like a little American foot sticking out of the wood chipper. So they totally embrace Fargo, the movie, which is a really dark, dark movie, but funny. We got over the border, because Fargo's on the border of North Dakota and Minnesota. And we got over the border, and then Sean's like, I found some rocks in like the southern part of Minnesota that we should stop in because we have a day. So let's go there. Let's drive there tonight and climb on some rocks. And I said, that's cool. I've climbed in Minnesota, and you should add that state to your list. So we took the I-94. So the I-90 and the I-94 go like this. And they both hit Minnesota, and they both, like, come up to, like, the Rochester area, right, in Minnesota. So we were on the 94. We were the southern loop. Exactly. So we were on the northern loop. And so then we went back into North Dakota, drove down through South Dakota to get the 90, which we were taking home. So we could have done this on the way home. But we couldn't. We couldn't take this trip any longer without climbing. So we went down the 20, and I think we were on that for 3 hours or 4 hours. And the whole time I'm thinking,
why are we doing this?
We're doing this next. We're going to pass this on our way home. But it was totally worth it. We saw some more bison, and it was the Blue Mounds State Park in Minnesota. It has another guided tour where the rocks reside, but they were hard to find. But when we did find them, they were super slippery. And I felt like I don't want to climb on that rock again. Yeah, so we didn't return on that trip. But then we hit up ZK, which we got lots of goodies to show later. And yeah, it was wonderful. Everybody was great. There was a lot of new people there. Everybody's like, where's Liz?
Sorry.
I said, did you know we have a podcast? And they're like, what? Oh yeah, we have 5 episodes now. Wait, what?
Sorry, everybody. Next year. I will be there, hopefully next year.
Just coming next year.
Coming next year.
Maybe.
Yeah. Just keep on hounding
me. What are the odds?
Next year?
They good?
75% right now. And that's pretty, for me, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I can almost count on it.
Yeah.
So,
75%.
will you know by September?
When are sign-ups?
September.
Yeah. By September, definitely.
Okay, so we will know in a few months.
Yes.
I want September to be soon.
It'll
If
come
you're Megan
soon
or Amy, I know you don't want it to be that soon, but oh my god. such a wonderful time. They were wonderful hosts. And because it's the ZK edition, I've got my ZK 2017 mug this
and
time.
I have the
She's
one.
got the throwback to 2015.
Which is the year I went. It doesn't have a year on it, which I kind of like,
I like
actually.
that. Yeah.
No offense. I don't like things to be dated.
I don't want to be dated.
I don't want to be dated, exactly. So I'm happy that it doesn't have a year on it.
So I'm holding that mug, and I stuffed it with a mini set that I purchased there. And everybody, where did you get that mug? Where did you get that mug? I was like, here, 2 years ago. Love that mug. It's purple.
Yeah.
And then this one's purple. I don't know if you guys saw.
That was a really
Isn't
dark,
that really
purple.
pretty. And it's made by DunedinPottery.com. This is local to the Minnesota area. I think Minneapolis, but I could be wrong. And I think you can go there and see things made. You can't take pictures, no videos, but yeah, it's a local potter. I can put it in the dishwasher. I can put it in the freezer. I can put it in the microwave.
That's key.
Yeah, so I'm really stoked about that. But let's get into it. I've been gone for a while. Oh, I drive most of the thing. That's why I didn't get any knitting done.
What's it 'cause
I can't give up the wheel.
Well, no.
I have control issues. I
Also,
just like driving.
Your hubby doesn't like to drive, so it helps.
Yeah, he's not a big fan. He'll do it.
He'll do it. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he can't drive. I'm not
Yeah.
saying he prefers. Not, if you give him a choice, he'd be like, "No, you drive."
Yep.
Because my husband's the same way. No, you drive.
And we got new phones on the trip, so he was busy setting things up for, gosh, at least 2 legs of the trip.
So yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. So what do you have finished?
Yeah. So Alicia reminded me, even though I finished this a while ago, I hadn't shown you guys it. So this is the flax for Minion 2.
Yeah, I think it was only missing a sleeve.
It was missing a sleeve last time, so all done. Ends are woven in and everything, so it is
It's
done.
done. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. It should fit him. It's somewhere in between, I would say, a year to like 3-year age. Even though their sizes are like 1 to 2 or 2 to 4, I think this is 1 to 3.
She did some fun measurement modifications.
Yeah, I did some measurement modifications based on my kid's big head and whatnot.
You saw him.
Yeah, you guys have seen him. So yeah, he's a big boy he's 11 months now.
So he'll be up that age range when he can
It
wear
should
it.
fit in the fall. My Hexie Puff has been kind of slow, so I only have one
It's
red one
gorgeous.
from some scrap, which I can't tell you what it is, but
It looks like tart, and it probably isn't, but it's that deep red. It's like red and with an overwash of black on it.
yeah.
It's really pretty.
So yep. So I think that brings my grand total up to 65.
65. I checked this morning.
What do you
Okay.
got done?
I finished Sean's sock. So this is expanding community with the word knit in it for community. I really like.
It has the word knit in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So COMMUKNITTY.
community. Ah, I got it.
Oh yes. So that's Megan Williams' pattern, which she's one of the hosts for ZK. So of course I'm doing something with her pattern. And this was part of the knit along for the retreat, and I got a hoe done for the retreat. And so I was trying to finish my faux for June. I made it just barely. I think I had 3 hours left in the month of June, and I turned these in.
And
They're
she's
the
trying to
shorty.
finish it for the DVD sock
Yes.
along, for those who don't know.
Correct. So I did 6 months. Well, I did the previous 6 months to January, and then I did in January 6 months.
So are you
This is
going to do
the
6 more months? Or are
No.
you done?
No. I had some heart-to-hearts with some other ladies who were also doing this knit along, and they're all saying, it's worth a skein. You
burn out.
focus all your time on this, and when you don't feel like knitting this, you guilt yourself out of knitting other things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's made me not make garments in the
Right.
last year, and I love making garments.
Because you've been
Absolutely love
focusing
it.
on these socks.
Because I feel like, oh, nope, gotta get the socks done before I can do anything else. And yeah, my motivation has just been kind of skewed.
Okay.
Plus, I don't know if you guys are counting, and you probably are, 7 out of the last 8 socks have had black in them.
You have.
I
I don't think
I
they're
don't know
counting,
what I
but
was
you
thinking.
are counting.
I'm counting. And it's a bad choice. So I'm gonna need to take a break. And I know the other colorways that I have, which is the Beluga and Kubo, don't have black.
But you wanna...
And they're really light colors. But I'm gonna take a break.
That's good.
I might take just a 3-month break. And then at Christmas time, I can have a 30% off.
Oh.
What do you think?
So you only have to do 3 months to get the 30% off?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah. 3 months in a row.
3 months in a row.
So it's not 3 months in the year. It's 3 months in a row. And then 6 months in a row, you get a free skein. No coupon at 6 months. Just a free skein.
Yeah, I would just do the 3 months.
And speaking of free skeins, Liz just won a free skein from DVD.
Oh, I did.
She did.
I forgot. So
I love you so much.
So DVD has a competition,
a monthly one
for submissions for inspiration. So this year she's been doing the
all
year of
movies. Mm-hmm.
And
so what was your theme?
The theme was sci-fi fantasy,
which actually includes a lot of genre.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
I kept saying that doesn't count. Oh yeah, it does.
So it's there's a lot of overlap. Let's go with that. Sci-fi, because it could also be action thriller kind of thing.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
I never expected to win. I just threw up random,
you had an awesome picture.
You're allowed 3 submissions. I only had 2. And one of them was Avengers Age of Ultron, and it had all the characters.
Yeah, it's where they're all lined up.
In different colors.
So it almost looks like you have a striping pattern.
Yes.
It's almost like you did the work for it. I would have totally picked it.
And so, lo and behold, I was very surprised, and I was earburned on Ravelry by by Desert vs. Dye Works, and I go and look at the message, and I'm like, they're like, oh, here are the winners for the Color of July, and there it is, Age of Ultron. I was like, ah! And then so I actually squealed in the car.
But I wasn't there.
No. My husband's like, what are you squealing about? I'm like, I want a free yarn! And he's like, he's so indifferent about it. So I texted Alicia, and I'm like, Alicia, I know
someone's gonna get excited.
I needed someone to be excited with me. And so she was excited with me over text.
Super stoked. And I cannot wait to see it. You haven't gotten it yet.
No, so she starts the competition the first of every month. So
and by the 18th, I think,
by the 10th.
The color. Yeah, so
your submissions have to be in by the 10th of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And then she picks it by a little after mid-month.
This one's documentary.
So if you're interested, if we get this out before the 10th.
But you can't repeat anybody else's submissions.
And you're only allowed 3.
Go through all of them. Mark the ones that you were thinking that you wanted to post. It will not count if you do it later.
It's the first person who posts it gets the...
And you don't have to post its picture of, the movie trailer picture or anything. It could be any picture within the movie.
Yeah, it could be any picture.
It could be your favorite scene. Yeah. Definitely go for colorful.
Yeah, definitely go for colorful. Something that'll give her inspiration.
So she's got some temptations in her shop.
Yeah.
Please go there. Love on her some because she is super generous.
Yeah, she is.
And she has beautiful skeins. So what about lab work?
What am I working on?
Yeah.
I am currently, I still have, since last time I saw you guys, I am still working on my Girl on Fire socks,
nice.
But...
That's a lot of progress, though.
That's a lot of progress. I'm almost to the heel. Yay, me! So that's since last time I saw you guys. With this one specific pattern, you have to end on row 11. Mm-hmm. So I have 2 repeats done, and I'm almost to row 11, which is where I'll start to heel. So that's about where I go. So I'm usually happy with anything higher than 6 inches. Mm-hmm. Anything as long as
I usually add 1 more repeat in all her stuff because I like a higher sock.
Yeah. So
and you usually have enough yarn if you're doing a medium or a small.
So, I did that already. I doubled the amount of ribbing on top for Cookie Day pattern.
Too.
So, yeah, because you told me to.
Because it was only 12.
It was only 12.
Yeah.
Or I added 6, sorry. So
yeah, I did about 18.
So we did 18 and then 2.5 repeats and whatever that is because I really don't want to go 3.5. I think that'll be too long.
It'd be a high sock.
So, so I'll start the heel. So hopefully, probably it won't be done next time you guys see me.
Are you taking it on the trip?
Nope.
Okay. We'll see that one.
Yes.
Soon.
I'm going on a trip. I'm going to Florida for my, I'm going to date myself, my 20-year high school reunion here in a couple of days.
You'll date both of us. I graduated the same year.
So
you'll be gone for a week.
Not quite that long. 5 days.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's as far as I've gotten. And then I am working on. I told you guys I had 2 baby blankets I needed to knit before.
She got on one.
I got on one. So last time I showed you guys the yarn I bought, which was Mode Knit.
Sherlock's Kitchen. Yeah.
Mode Knit yarn, Sherlock Kitchen in the bulky. I think I misspoke last time. I said I was going to do Sea to Summit from Tin Can Knits, but then I realized that required worsted, and I'd ordered bulky, so I went with the wool leaves.
That's really pretty.
By Jared Flood.
Ooh, I've never done a Jared Flood.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good pattern?
It's a beautiful pattern. It's very simple.
Okay.
But I mean, that's simple as what you want for a baby blanket. So
it doesn't do that center triple.
It's slip one. It's a slip one, knit 2 together, slip stitch over. Yep.
A center triple decrease or something, or a center double.
So
decrease.
that's the most complicated stitch you have in this blanket.
Perfect.
Slip one, knit 2 together, slip stitch over, and then yarn over.
It's really it
It
has dimensions.
It nipples in the back,
Yeah.
but I mean,
once you block it,
people said once you block it, it goes away. And so so I'm really liking this color.
And this is still going to be a car.
It's still a car seat stroller, so I'm halfway done.
Excellent. That took you no time.
Yeah, I'm halfway done, and this will hopefully be done. No, probably still won't be done because we'll probably do another podcast next week.
What size are you on?
I am on 13th.
Now,
This is the first time I have ever knit anything larger.
On big needles, right?
Yes, than a size. So before this, the thing I knit on the biggest needle size I knit on was the Cowichan hat.
Yeah.
On
That's
11s.
Yeah.
On 10s or 11s.
I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah. So this is the first time I have ever busted out my 13s.
So, did you find a difference? Can you knit as long on bigger needles?
Oh, I can knit longer on bigger needles. It's a lot more ergonomic.
But you do continental.
Yes, I do continental.
For throwing, I find bigger needles to hurt.
Oh, see, I do continental. No problems either way, and so
It's
that
really
looks
pretty.
really pretty,
Right?
That's great.
It looks really good.
So I'm very excited, and I know the recipient is going to love it.
Yeah.
And
Are they from Seattle?
No, it's friends from mine from California.
Because that's a good Seahawk green.
Yeah, no, that's
Just
why
to say it.
It's for a girlfriend in California, and that's why I made it airy because California doesn't get as
But they
hot
have
hair.
air conditioning.
Yes, they might have air conditioning, and also this way I'm not afraid of the baby suffocating with my blanket. It can't because there's air holes.
Those little toes can poke right through.
And then the last thing,
One more project.
I did.
This one's gonna travel.
This one's gonna travel. So I literally just started this like last night.
Doesn't that colorway look familiar, guys?
Yes. It is the same one of a kind colorway that I used to knit my skews. My daughter has been bugging me for socks. My Minion #1.
Yeah, so that's Nano Stitch.
Nano Stitch Laboratory.
Laboratories.
It was a one-of-a-kind colorway that we bought at the Norwegian.
Kind of looks like Mardi Gras.
Yeah, Norwegian festival.
So you think it'll stripe like yours did?
Yeah, I think it'll stripe like mine did.
Cool,
It's the same.
nice.
It's the same 2 little balls left over from my socks.
But you'll have a different circumference.
Different circumference.
So maybe they'll pull even harder.
And I've decided, because it's easy to adjust, my daughter's getting Hermione's everyday socks.
I love that pattern.
So I've never knit this pattern. It's been in my queue for like forever. So I'm going to knit her a pair, and I'll probably knit myself a pair. But
And you might have mentioned casting this on a couple episodes ago.
Yes.
So she finally did it.
I finally did it, exactly.
She's keeping honest to you guys.
Yes, I did mention that I wanted to cast it on, and so this is it. And so this is my travel project for Florida, because it'll be nice and light.
So how many more increases do you have till the toe is over?
I started out with 10. I used the Super Sock calculator to figure out my daughter's size. So I'm going from 10 to, on each needle, to 26, so 52.
Okay. So you have a little bit to go. Still.
On ones, yeah, and I think I'm only at like 16.
Okay.
But it's just a normal wedge toe, so increase every other row.
Do you do the yarn over, knit through the back of the loop when you do the next row, or
I'm doing
one?
KFB.
I love knit front back.
Because there's a lot less likely with me and my kids always calling me and stuff. KFB is a lot less likely that I'll drop it.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Because
like it.
my kids are always, you know,
They're on the go.
They're on the go, and you know, everything is everything's a draw.
Has to have it now.
It has to have it now. So if I'm knitting, KFB is a lot easier to keep track of than make one. Even though I do like make one, you know, lift up the bottom chain and stuff. No, I'm just KFB. My daughter doesn't care. So what are you working on?
I am so close to finishing. Like I could have finished last night.
Oh yeah, because of the cotton. The cotton hurts the hands, right? So this is
cotton linen. Yeah. Isn't it pretty? I made it longer, or I would have been done.
Is this gonna fit you?
I don't know. So I don't swatch. It's not my thing.
Oh, at least it's okay. It
stretches a lot.
Sorry,
I mean, look at this.
I'm sitting here touching this.
So it's gonna bloom when
you block it.
But if it doesn't fit, it'll fit my mom. My mom's shorter, so it'll be more of a two-dick.
No, she'll fine. She'll still like it.
I don't know. It could fit.
I think it'll fit.
Okay, so this is my rule. I don't swatch, and if it doesn't fit, I can't care.
If you don't swatch, you can't care.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna pull it out. I'm not gonna knit it again. Don't care. I finished it. Is what it's gonna be. So I did do some modifications because it's me and I modify. My first modification was to pick up an extra 2 stitches underarm. So it says to cast on 2 for my size, and I went for 4. And then I just decreased them away afterwards. I don't know if you can tell, but if you want to do that, that's how I do it, so that you can get back to your stitch count that is intended for your bust. I learned that a while ago. And then the second modification is I did the waist increases and decreases lower because I have a longer torso. So I adjusted for my own torso, and then I added 2 more inches, maybe 2.5 more inches to the length. Because I like my shirts to cover my pants even when I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
This is Lindy Chain in the Urchin colorway. It's like a dusty purple. It's really, really pretty. If my mom gets it, she will squee because she loves purple as much as I do. I got a 9-inch circular. Do you see it? That I'm trying for the first time.
Okay.
It's fiddly.
I found it. I have 9-inch circulars because
Yeah.
I bought them when I went on a whole when I decided I was gonna knit, I went on a knitting spree. So I bought. I'm like, people are like 9-inch circulars for socks, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I realized I can't use 9-inch circulars for my socks.
I mean, unless you stretch. Do you stretch the needle?
Yeah.
Like, do you stretch the knit?
Please let us know.
I'd like to know because I don't think we have freakishly small feet.
No,
I think we have normal feet.
But
it's not 9-inch around.
I know, exactly. So I found it. So I have a pair of 9-inch circulars if anyone wants them.
I have a couple pairs, but they're not for socks. Like, all of them are bigger than socks. So this one was a 4. Sorry for the crinkling. I got it at the retreat. I'm pulling out the card so you can get it without the cellophane. Knitter's Pride Nova Patinas. So these are new to me. I've heard a couple people are trying them recently. So they must be new to Knitter's Pride as well. I don't know. But these are US 4s. I realized on my way home that I'm knitting on US 4s for this outfit, and I was in the round the whole time, so I don't have to change my in the round idea. You know how if you're doing a cardigan and you're knitting one way, purling the other way, when you knit in the round, your gauge has changed? I'm not going to have that problem because I did it in the round until I dropped the sleeves, and then I picked my sleeves up in the round. So this will be fun experiment.
Well, that's how I made the flax. That's how it's.
Yeah. So it's a great idea. I'm trying them. I can't say that I love them.
The 9s.
But to do a short sleeve, I'll use 9s. For a long sleeve,
Magic loop.
I will deal with that seam that you kind of get on the top of your knitting on the sides.
It works its way out eventually between wearing and blocking. I mean, it's not like it's permanent.
Yeah.
So.
And that's so much more worthwhile than 9-inch circulars for a whole sleeve, I think. But cool. I got them for free, so I can't complain. I mean, I can complain if I wanted to. I found purling was difficult.
Okay.
So the other modification, now that I'm on the sleeves that I'm telling you about, I finished one sleeve. I put the stripe patterning into the sleeve because you were going to have to do 6 more rows of straight stockinette, And I thought, well, it takes 6 rows to do the
One
stripe
stripe.
motif, so I can just add it. So I don't know if it's gonna fluff or something. It's gonna make a poof sleeve. I'm gonna regret it. But I'm hoping that I don't have to take it out later because I don't like it. But I thought it would be a nice mirror to the rest of the top.
Oh, cool.
So-
I'm excited to see how that
I
looks.
know, me too. If it's too small, I'll still wear it. I'll show you guys it finished on me. Unless I will rip a seam or something. So I'm hoping that
I think
our
it'll fit.
modifications
I think it'll
fit.
fit. It's
And that
very
was in
stretchy.
my National Parks bag, which I got some Lupin About pictures. We have a Lupin About Instagram tag. So it's just pound Lupin About. For when you go knitting outdoors. We're going to try to do some hikes and knit at the top of them. We've been talking about this for a while. We didn't do it last summer, but we talked about it twice. I think we planned it 2 or 3 times. And then one baby reason or another,
Yeah.
it didn't happen. So we will try, but your little one's a little bit rambunctious.
Oh gosh, yes.
We'd have to put him on a leash or something.
No, not even leash won't work.
Oh, just thinking about it makes me laugh. I'm
We'll
sorry.
just leave him at home.
So we're gonna get out and we're gonna loop about. So I took my National Parks bag to a national park. Actually, 2 national parks. Now those national parks didn't happen to be on my bag. So
She bought patches.
I'm gonna sew them on there. So I went to the Badlands on the way back on our trip too, but I did the South Dakota Badlands, and this is where I got this guy. But because they were both Badlands, I decided one patch. So somewhere on here, a patch is gonna go. And I picked up another one. Our last trip last October, we did Joshua Tree. It's a climbing area. So that's gonna go on there somewhere too. I'm very excited. But it turns out you have to like hand sew these things, right?
Yes.
So we'll see when that happens.
Never.
They just iron them on or something. Maybe my mom will feel generous. Wouldn't
Just
that
do
be
the
awesome?
corners. That's what I
Just tack them on.
just tack them on.
And somebody was telling me you should go get the stamp from your national park that you go to. But it's cotton and I don't know if it'll go through, right? If you get the ink stamp. And if it's supposed to be used on.
It's it's meant to
It's
be
only
used in
on
a paper book.
Yeah.
Like you have the passport book for the national parks.
Yeah.
Like
So I thought about putting it on the inside because it's crisp and creamy color. But then I thought, oh, but what if it bleeds through the other layer? And there's no way to
you
get
should
to
put the
them.
patches on the inside instead of the outside, so you don't cover up any of the ones on the outside.
Well, they're repeated,
Oh, okay.
right?
Oh, so you put it over the repeats. Got it.
I think there's space between snow globes. This is a fat squirrel bag. And I think, I don't know, she might be doing another pre-order of this. Every first of the month, she's doing pre-orders of popular fabrics that she's done, that she still has fabric. So that's cool. They're doing the library bag right now, and the crocheted granny square one.
Okay.
So if you're a fan, but know that you go and the bag you want is gone, that's me. I go, everything's gone. Except for the pink ones, of course, because I love pink. So of course the pink ones are still in the shop. But if you like pre-order, which I only do pre-order with her because I don't want to feel sad when I get cart-jacked or something. So look out for these. I saw a couple at ZK.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, oh, fat squirrel. So it was good. Totally represented. I don't know if you know this. Megan wrote herself a book with a friend of hers, Corey.
I saw this on the Yarn Hoarders.
So
Yarn
Yarn
Hoarders
Hoarder
podcast?
printed these books.
Okay,
So
yeah.
her husband owns a printing shop.
That's
in
why.
Illinois.
Yeah, I was like, I
Iowa.
saw these books.
Yeah, it's super cute. There's a couple things I want. I'll show them to you. So I wore this one. Almost walked off with it. I was like, if I just pretend that everything's normal, would you notice that I took this with me? So the construction is really awesome. So I took a class. One of my classes that I took at ZK was for the opening of this book. So they told you, you know, their inspirations, how things came about, all the stories, good stuff. The 2 of them are And I say that because I know we're adorable, so I have a frame of reference. Just put it out there.
She's humble there, isn't she, right?
It's good times. But there's a cowl, there's hat, there's mittens, there's another cowl. So this is their book of yumminess. I mean, come on. I found more than 3 things that I wanted. And
that's a
I'm
rule.
supporting their local. Yeah, that's my rule. To buy a magazine or a book, I have to want to knit at least 3 things, or that book does not come home with me. So I guess this cover one started out as a joke.
So I read that, and yeah.
So Corey made one. The other designer besides Megan is Corey. You can see the little picture at the bottom. So the brunette down there. She made one with a rainbow of owl stripes, right? From top to bottom, it was Roy G. Biv owls. She thought it was funny. People didn't think it was funny. They thought it was awesome. So when they were making this book, Megan's like, you have to write up your owl pattern one. Mm-hmm. Just like, no, nobody's gonna want to make that. No, people want to make it, and so I want to make it. I don't know. They have a 1. I think they have a 2, 3, or full.
Oh, okay.
Owl pattern, or 1, 2, and full. I don't know, but I'm excited for that one.
That is cute.
So it started off with a book, which was awesome. Oh my gosh. Those 2 ladies, please go out and support them. This is Minnesota 52. They live on the 52.
Where can you get the book, you know?
You can get it online in their shop for sure, and that's Knit Cahoots.
Okay.
See it at the bottom? It's very well priced. Right? So, I forgot to say, speaking of in-progress things, Sean, my husband, went with me on this retreat. Gracious. Super gracious of him. And he hung out every night, so he would go work remotely at a coffee shop. And he knit while we were there. So, unbeknownst to him, I started a sock. And he actually he recognized that this yarn was his when I was doing it in the car. He's like, wait, what are you doing? I said, I'm just starting a sock. So when we got there, I had gotten the ribbing done. And he did all the knitting on this guy.
Aww.
Isn't that awesome?
Okay, so does Sean knit? Is he continental or a thrower?
He's a thrower, and he only knows how to do a knit stitch.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
So, and he didn't know how to do magic loop. So the whole time he was sitting next to me, and he would pass it to me when he needed to get the first 3 stitches on. He's like, okay, let me learn. So he'll try a couple, and then he'll be like, oh, okay, no, you do it. So we had a really good time, and everybody at the table was super awesome. I kind of gave him this so that he didn't have to really interact if he didn't want to.
He could just concentrate on the knitting.
Because Sean is super introverted to my extroverted self. And I didn't want him to feel like he was being rude or didn't want to participate. So I gave him something that he could participate in while hanging out with the group. And at first he looked at me really funny, but by the end he's like, this was so much fun. So I'm really stoked. He wants me to put the heel in. He wants a shorty sock.
He did a good job.
Right? Yeah, every once in a while I fix some things. For a while he was twisting his stitches. So he was wrapping
the other way
in front instead of in back of the needle. And so I would just do a row to untwist it, right, and hand it back to him. So it was really good.
Really good.
He did really well. And he's not holding it too tight. And
no.
Yeah, he's rocking out. And Mason B gave him a bag. It's got Godzilla on it. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so he went with a Tom Bin bag, which you should be very familiar with.
Yes, because I love Tom Bin.
And he's got his little men knit too on there.
Oh, no, the best part was I forgot about this. Sean posted on Facebook that he's knitting, and then with his...
So proud.
Ask him about, or tell him about the knitting mug.
Oh.
Sean's knitting mug.
So, it's a little inappropriate for younger than adult audiences, but he has a mug that I got, that you were there in 2015. Stephen B was one of the sellers in the marketplace, and it says, fuck off, I'm knitting. And so he's got his fuck off, I'm knitting mug with his knitting and his new bag. Like, He already knows how to sell himself as a knitter. It's good stuff. That got a lot of likes on
It was
Instagram.
so, like, I mean, I saw it and I died laughing.
You're like, oh, that's Sean's.
Yeah.
So now it's relevant. So before, I used to fill that mug and give it to him when I was knitting. Be like, go do something else, I'm knitting. So now he can pour it for himself. And he can tell me to F off while
Because
he's
he's knitting. Yeah.
Oh, such a fun crowd. And everybody was really excited to see him and interact. And they're like, he's amazing. I said, I know. He's fun. And enabler.
He is an enabler.
To the
He's
max.
He is very good.
He's like, you can keep everything you bought. I was like, there is no way I can keep everything I bought. That's why I have Liz.
So
so
I said
I can
shopping for me.
I can be generous in the marketplace, but know that when I come back, Liz is gonna be like, no, I want that.
I want that.
Partially, I'm very sad about this. So this is February Lady sweater. There is a knit adoption day. I'm sorry, I'm wearing a really subtle shirt today, and this is gonna look really awesome with my sweater, but here we go. It's a February Lady sweater. You know, it never got into my queue because it's short-sleeved.
But that looks beautiful.
Isn't it awesome? It's a perfect fit for me. Mason B made it and put it up for adoption because it didn't fit her. And when you do this much work, you're not going to pull it out and do it again. We mentioned it earlier. Isn't this pretty? And it's the perfect length.
And wait, you are wearing green?
I'm wearing green. So I would never make this for myself. Like, doubly would never make this for myself.
No, she wouldn't. Because of short sleeves, and she would never choose that color.
I would never choose this color. But while I'm dark, I can wear green. And it's short sleeve. So it's meant to be, when I'm dark, I can wear this.
And it's a summer sweater. It's all a whole. So what's this pattern? This is beautiful.
A February Lady.
I'm going to have to add that to my queue.
Because
I would totally rock that.
Super cute. Now, I'm going to tell you the sad part. It's got alpaca in it. And I didn't know it. Like, I was sneezing all the way home.
Oh.
I was like, Sean, I must be allergic to grass or something. Like, what is going on? I'm only allergic to alpaca. The only thing on this planet that I'm allergic to is content with alpaca in it. And it's so sad because it's wonderful. So,
wait, does this mean what I think it means?
Do you want to try it on?
Yes!
So, it's got 30% alpaca. It is copper
I'm not
corby.
allergic to alpaca.
She's not allergic. So this could just happen. Now, if it doesn't fit you, I'm just going to wear long sleeve stuff with it. It fits? Yes!
Of course it fits. We're pretty close.
We're pretty close in size. Oh, that's awesome! Oh, yes! It's the perfect length.
Yeah, this is mine now.
Yeah, awesome. Did you see that? Yeah.
I'm wearing it now.
We're fans of Battlestar. Right? So I thanked her a bunch, but we're going to thank her more. We're going to mention her in the show notes on Looping About. So, yes, isn't it great?
Oh, yeah, this is mine now.
Now, people have told me that I could get a clasp or something to close it, but I really like the fit.
No, it's beautiful.
She
Yeah,
says
and I have lots of shawl pins and stuff that would totally work.
And she says that it hasn't been blocked, so if you need to stretch it a little bit more in all the right places, you can.
Good.
Yeah. So,
if you ever want to borrow it, though, let me know.
Yes. So, Mason B, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, she's so generous. I heart your face.
Aww.
All right, so you guys ready for the goods?
Yes.
Because I think it's enabling time, which is Eureka.
Yay!
All right, so let me show you. How should we do this? Shall I show you what I'm keeping?
Show what you're keeping first.
Okay.
Because you went with a specific goal in mind. You were gonna buy sweater quantities of
one for my husband,
one for you,
and one for me.
Yep.
So Sean loves this blue.
That
Sean calls it baby blue.
That's not baby
nobody
blue.
calls this baby blue but him. So for years, I've been knitting him stuff baby blue, and he's just like, yay! And I'm like, Pete, this is supposed to be your favorite color. He likes electric blue.
Yeah.
Or a bright aqua.
Yeah, exactly. I would call that bright aqua. That's how baby
So
blue.
this came in our goodie bag.
Ooh.
Right? So this is 3 Irish Girls. I originally had Brew City yarn. And it was a purple, red, and blue. And somebody said they really wanted it. So I said, okay, I'll trade. What do you got? And then Sean saw these and he said, yes, take those.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And then Annetta generous face she is. I don't know where we find our friends, but they're amazing. She won this in the giveaway, the set that goes with this, and I'm trying to think who it is. Maybe it's 716 Knits. There were 4 different dyers that did the goodie bags, and they were told a blue, a purple, and a red because there were teams on our knit along that were blue, purple, and red. So that's where that came from. The others that the 3 Irish girls did, they did this changed in every set. So this is the blue, but they had a red and they had a purple that would go with these guys.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, they were so pretty. The purple.
And I love 3 Irish girls yarn.
Right? So, needless to say, I was thinking I've got 3 skeins of that blue. I don't have 3 skeins, and that's why this little sucker came home with me. They're only 50-gram skeins. So I was thinking I had 3 full skeins. I have 3 half skeins. So generously, she broke her set, and Annetta gave me this one out of hers because the other ones didn't have the blue in it. And I bought gray to go with it because he wants a striped set.
That's good. Wait, so
there's a third one in there.
Does he want a cardigan? Or?
He wants a cardigan.
Okay, or a pullover.
And I think it's Emmeline is the cardigan I'm going to make. Okay. It's a little bit lighter. There. That's a better color. I'm
3
all
Irish
about the grays. So I put 3 Irish girls together and then realized I didn't have enough of the blue, so I asked for this guy. So it'll be thin stripes blue and then thick stripes
really good.
gray. Now it needed 6 skeins of DK, and I'm doing fingering. I'm trying to find the last gray so I can get it out of here.
Here, I'll find it. You talk.
So I'm hoping this will work out because I got the same amount, there we go, fingering that I needed for DK, so I'm hoping I have too much yarn. And I'm hoping the gray will make up for the blue I don't have. So that's a keeper. And the other keeper, I thought they were in a bag together, but they're not.
Beautiful.
Yeah, oh, crazy. So Sun Valley Fibers has always been in the marketplace. The 3 times I've gone, have I ever bought her yarn? Mostly because I'm afraid of her booth.
It's big.
And it's like by color.
Yeah.
Right? So I could go straight to the purple section and be like, that's the one for me. So I did. But she didn't have a sweater's quantity of purple. So this is the purple I picked. Let's see if I can. It's showing. Yeah. It's a very deep plum. And they didn't have one of those isn't.
This one
of
isn't.
These skeins
is not like the other.
Oh, maybe I did get 6. I needed 7 for a cardigan that I want to do for me. So I just went for a really dark blue.
Yeah, you can use that on maybe the collar and the...
Maybe. But it's knit this way.
Oh.
So I just put a color block near the bottom.
Knit all you can with the purple and then just finish off with the blue.
Finish off with blue. Or just put it in right before the ribbing. Something like that. So I'm super stoked. If this is enough, it's going to be a purple sweater. If it's not enough, it's going to have some blue in it. And then the one other thing that I wanted to keep for sure is Suburban Stitcher. Nope, it's not Suburban Stitcher. It's Marigold Jen. Now, here, you hold that. You can read the content.
Ooh, pretty. So this is Marigold Jen, and you can find her yarn on Etsy. And this is the soft weight, and it's called Dream Weaver. And it's 70% merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon. 437 yards, 400 grams.
It was in the other pile of purple. And this purple is in it.
That's beautiful.
Dreamweaver is the variegated, and solid purple is the bottom one. Now, I'm taking this because Liz doesn't like to knit with stuff that isn't washable.
Yeah, no, I have kids, and my husband, when he decides to clean, everything goes in the wash. Yeah. I'm slowly teaching him to just put the knitted stuff aside, but sometimes stuff gets it.
It's a hard process.
It's a hard process.
So Yak is coming home with me. Yes. Yeah. That Dreamweaver. So she's been there every 3 years too. I haven't purchased from her. So finally I said, I'm just biting the bullet. I'm doing it. I'm supporting the people that I love and adore. I'm going to go into their shop. I'm going to get some things. So those were the things that I wanted. Now let's dive into the things that I'm willing to part. So, this guy. Oh my goodness. So he's from NOLA. He's called Whimsy Stitches. And this was something that he did in tandem with Teeny Button Studio. So he's from New Orleans. The person who did the yarn also from New Orleans. So they teamed up together, did a set. And there's a stitch marker in there.
There is. There's a mustache stitch marker in there.
So that's speckled, and I know she loves speckled yarn.
I do like speckled.
So she might steal the yarn and leave it back.
She knows me so well, but I'm like, I'm not too sure about that mustache bag.
Right? Okay, and then Daisy Knits. This is a good, there's some Seahawk in there, I see, but there's also some purple.
There's some purple.
Mm-hmm. So another speckled skein. Liz loves the speckles.
I do love the speckles.
This was a free gift with purchase from Super Geek. It was oh, look at that. Of course, yeah, I got it. Let's see. And that was when I bought this guy. So you buy one, you get a mini skein. Now, this is going to feel delicious. I'm not sure you're ready to feel this. I feel like unicorns might have been milked in the making of this.
Poor unicorn.
Not harmed. Just milked. And just stuffed right into that yarn. But some people just say it's because there's cashmere in there.
Oh,
yes.
MCN.
So this is a merino, 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon.
MCN.
And this is called Boxcar Gallery.
Ooh.
Does that feel delicious?
Mama life.
Right? And another speckled skein.
And yes, and it's rainbowed. I like the rainbow. But that's why she says unicorn. It's rainbowed.
I'm telling you, not harmed. Unicorns. It was amazing. So I did go to Brew City and I didn't see what you were looking for. She wanted the Sherlock stuff.
I wanted the Sherlock mini skeins.
Yeah, they had the sign for Sherlock skeins, but then below the sign wasn't Sherlock. I got a little confused in that shop. But I did end up with the Villain mini series. And I'm going to turn it this way so you can see all of them.
Now you remember last week we talked, I had gotten Brew City yarns. I'd bought the Hamilton and the Star Wars from Brew City yarn.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there was so much purple in here that I couldn't part. I couldn't not take that.
Purple seems to be a very villainous color.
It really is. All right. From the goodie bag. So, undyed yarn was there. And I've never purchased from undyed yarn either.
Undead yarn.
Undead yarn. Sorry.
They're usually in the, well, at least last time they were in the van, right? The 716 knit van.
Before?
Yeah, I think before I've seen them there.
And okay. I didn't pick them up.
Okay.
This one has 657 yards.
Wow.
Right? It was the mother load. Do you see that purple?
Yeah.
Super deep.
That's a very electric purple.
Yeah. The theme to ZK was purple.
At least
you haven't gathered yet.
Alicia's theme to ZK was purple.
And then I went to the Grinning Gargoyle. This was the second time through. So the first time through, I did really good.
Only
kept with my budget. Did the things I wanted to do. And then I fell on some yarn. So I don't know if you can see. This is a one-of-a-kind Grinning Gargoyle. I love her tag. Her tag is so pretty.
Yeah, the tag is cute.
I have knit with her stuff before.
Ooh.
I got the Briny Deep.
Merino silk cashmere.
Mm-hmm. So, the substitution for silk is bamboo or nylon. So, she's saying, you should make some socks with that. I'm thinking, even though it's a substitute for silk, I don't think I'm going to use silk on socks.
No, it seems a travesty.
Yeah.
Like, no, silk and cashmere should go to like a shawl.
Right? So, that's on the list. Okay, the last purchase I made, DK. Now, when I buy DK, I only buy one skein. Why do you do that?
Hats.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of DK hats that I don't even like to make hats. So, why do I only buy one DK? Not this time. I learned my lesson. I got 3.
Oh, you're saying, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So
they go together. They go together in the best way. There's the purple. Oh, do you see it? The pop of purple. So this is Suburban Stitcher. Lovely. Lovely stuff. So this is a DK weight. I'm thinking probably it would make a shawl.
Yeah. No, it would make a good shawl.
Right?
That's beautiful.
Right? And that one was called Floral Bouquet.
And these are called Black Orchid. Very appropriately named.
Right? So I kept the flowers together.
Ooh.
So that's the goodie bag of stuff. Oh, and one more thing. I got it for the stitch marker. Which I already found a replacement. So if Liz wants this, she can have it. It came with a little zombie stitch marker. Do you see him? He's going to be a little progress keeper. So from here to here, it's red fez, paprika, toasted gold, enchanted forest, really teal, storm cloud, dark camel, and coffee bean.
That's cute. I
Isn't
like
that
the way
pretty?
they packaged it too.
Yeah, on a little hanger.
Remember
Oh.
zombie.
And they had some really great knit up wear with their colorways.
So 70 yards each. So that would be.
So it's
2,
14
3, 4,
grams
8.
each. Yeah.
So 560 yards.
It's a lot of yardage.
It's a lot of yardage.
Mm-hmm. And you can make something from the book in there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It makes a cowl, and then you twist the cowl in half and fold it on itself, much like the hat that I finished last time. Put it on your head. It's a hat. Yeah. So there's some yumminess here.
There
that
is.
Liz is probably gonna have to percolate on.
I am.
But yeah. Oh, and Suburban Stitcher. I picked up another. I couldn't buy the full skein because I thought it's got green in it.
Right.
She told you earlier. But this is called Spanish Moss. Isn't that pretty? That is pretty. So in the end, it might end up after I knit this, I'm gonna want a full skein. Not gonna lie. It's really pretty.
That is
So
pretty.
it
I
was
like
the
that.
same person who did the
I
small
like
one.
her stuff. The Suburban Stitcher.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Is that it? Oh, I picked up one more thing in the market. I feel like I have another thing. I feel like I picked up a llama stitch marker too.
Is that a
But-
s'more stitch marker?
Look at that s'more! We had s'mores, so that's the worsted pearl. And she makes cupcakes and cake slices and mugs and stuff
cute.
that are, little stitch marker progress keepers.
Progress keeper, yeah.
We had s'mores. They provided bacon. Have you ever put bacon on a s'more before? If you haven't lived.
Interesting.
Just putting it out there. I had no idea how much I was going to love and adore it. I now will have to make bacon prior to going camping so I could have it
On a s'more.
on a s'more.
I will
It's
have to try that.
delicious. I'm looking at my piles. I think we've gone through everything.
I think so too.
I think we've emptied all the goodies. Maybe this is the stitch marker I was telling you about.
The llama.
Little llama.
Jama jama rojo pajama.
Yeah, so his name is Komose. Because that's what I call all llamas. And yeah, I think that's the haul.
Yay!
Yeah.
Now I have to pick. You're gonna have to hit pause so I can
Okay.
contemplate, and we'll be back after.
We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, we're back.
Hi, we're back. I have made my choices.
She picked her loot.
I did. I picked as Alicia said, the first one she described was the knitters from NOLA, or the dyer from NOLA. That is Teeny Button Studio. And like Alicia said, I had no interest in the bag because I don't collect bags, so I left her the bag.
Perfect.
And chose the sock. It's soft sock, so it's 75% superwash and then 25% nylon and 463 yards. And this one's called Stash Attack, which makes sense if it goes with
Right.
the bag. Stash, mustache. So I got that.
It's good stuff. Every single skein was different, so I could pick through the 7 that were available at the time.
Oh, this
And
one was made for
Pink
me.
colors that I liked, which was not pink.
So the other one I chose was
I totally sold it.
Yeah, she totally sold it because I had these two sitting side by side, and she's like, "Oh, look how good they match." Yeah, that's how she sold it to
So
me.
they're gonna go as a package
They're
deal.
going with a package deal. So one is the Yarn Geek.
Yarn Geek Fibers.
Yarn Geek Fibers, and this one's called Boxcar Gallery, and I love the name of her sock because it's called Rocketeer,
Right.
and since I build rockets, that's awesome.
It's perfect. It's a perfect match.
Yes,
Along with those two things.
yeah. So this was the MCN, And then this was the Zombie Minis
by Stunning String.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. I have no idea what I'm going to make with these, but I will.
I can't wait to see it. They are going to go together.
Yes, they are going to go together.
Pretty.
And while I was tempted by a lot of other stuff, I'm going to have to look up Silver Rim Stitcher because I do like her colorways. I think they're beautiful.
They're really pretty.
And yeah, I'm excited to see what Alicia makes with the other stuff.
And we're going to split these up.
We're going to split up the mini schemes.
Because she just got a bunch of villains, so she doesn't need to double up on her villains.
Yes.
So this should be good. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for returning viewers, and thank you for the people who are going to forgive me for not telling them that I had a podcast at ZK. Can we still be friends, Bindu? Can we? Please join us again. Please go out to the boards. We have some new threads out. We haven't put up June, July knit-along yet.
Not yet.
We will.
We will.
And if we haven't, please feel free. Start a thread.
Yeah. We can always come up with prizes.
Mm-hmm. We have enough prizes.
So yeah, if you have any ideas, something.
We finished up a 6-month sock knit along with my DVD stuff, and I am not ready to pull for that yet, as I wasn't prepared, and I'd like to be more prepared to pull that. So on the next episode, we'll pull for that,
and
we'll see you on the boards.
Yep.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.